Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with the feature race at Aqueduct on Saturday. Let's throw up the field for the Grade 3 Fall Highweight Handicap. $200,000 is the purse. We're going 3/4 of a mile. There are some salty sprinters in this race, and there appears to be a good amount of early speed. We take a look at the Timeform US Pace Projector. Chateau, the number one, is very fast from the stalls. I would expect him to make the lead. Sir Alfred James, who also carries 131 pounds, along with Chateau in this year's Fall Highweight. This one is fast as well, and I would expect him to be tracking and prompting Chateau from the outside. Smooth B also has a bit of early speed, but this pace should be solid, and it should go through Chateau if he breaks quickly from the rail, and this horse does have graded stakes winning form at Aqueduct, going 3/4. Won the Tom Fool over the winter. This horse loves Aqueduct. His best races come here, and he's been freshened since his most recent effort. A disappointing performance at Parks, where he was on the pace and he tired very badly to finish last as the favorite. The winner of that race came back to run third in an allowance at Parks with an 82 Beyers speed figure. I'm guessing something must have physically gone wrong with Chateau in that race. Just didn't fire. Another layoff. He's only raced once since the 4th of July. That race, the Light Diffuse, was a good effort. He was third behind Yaupan at Pimlico. Yaupan, of course, came back to win a Grade 1 stakes race at Saratoga. Speed, the rail, likes the track, sometimes doesn't finish off his races with the same verve as some of the closers. So if there is a fast pace, maybe Chateau could be in a little bit of trouble turning into the stretch. I think the 2 Green Light Go is just a fascinating entrant in this year's Fall Highweight. He was a very early, precocious, professional 2-year-old. Won the Saratoga Special, second in the Champagne, and after that, it looked like they were going to concentrate on what this horse does best: sprinting. Third in the Swale, second in the Roar Stakes in his first and only 2 starts as a 3-year-old. Off the layoff, however, it appeared the trainer Jerry Hollendorfer wanted to stretch him out. And yes, he did win a 2-turn race at Oaklawn 3 starts back, but that's what's known as winning ugly. He was pressing the pace, he was swamped and surrounded by closers, and just no one seemed to want to pass Green Light Go. I think Green Light Go won that race on class alone. I think these connections kind of lost the plot after that. They ran him in the Salvatore Mile going 2 turns. They ran him on synthetic last time out against 3 next out winners. Not only the venerable Pink Lloyd, but the third finisher came back to win his next 2 starts in stakes, one on turf, one on dirt, Beyers of 98, 95. He finally gets back in a dirt sprint, which is what I think Green Light Go really wants. He's getting blinkers again, and he's back with his original trainer, Jimmy Jerkins. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Green Light Go turns it around. The 3 is Smooth B, going turf to dirt for trainer Butch Reed. This horse was second in his most recent dirt try. We're going to watch that race right now at Parks against fellow Pennsylvania breds, the Marshall Jenny Handicap. Admiral Abe was the big favorite in this race. Smooth B didn't break very well, rushed up along the inside to push the pace. It was a reasonable pace. He couldn't go with Admiral Abe, got to the outside, tried hard to finish second, finishing ahead of a horse that would come back to win the Grade 3 Turf Monster over very testing grass at Parks with a 94 Beyer. I'm not holding the last race against him on the turf. He has a consistent horse with tactical speed. Note he was also listed as a vet scratch at Parks on November the 8th. Hopeful Treasure's going to have to do it against Stakes Company. He won his most recent start, a race we'll show you right now at Parks on November the 3rd. And he showed some tactical speed in this race, and he's best utilized with these tactics. In his races 2 and 3 starts back, he was up close, pushing the early pace, and he just didn't have much left in the stretch. Here he was able to rate and finish. He did it at a nice price, 9-1, 85 Beyer speed figure. He's going to have to improve against these tougher horses. Wendell Fong is another bounce-back candidate for trainer Chad Summers. His last race was his first race off of a lengthy layoff, and I understand what Jose Lezcano was doing there. There wasn't a lot of speed in the race, and Wendell Fong, a horse that usually likes to be taken back and make one run, he got up close to the pace and tried to win it, and he paid the price. That's just not his running style. The 4th place finisher from that race came back to run a good second for $80,000 with an 86 Beyer. I'm expecting Trevor McCarthy this time around to take Wendell Fong back, make one run like they did when they were second to Chateau in the Tom Fool back over the winter at Aqueduct, and I would expect an improved performance. He also handles a wet track just fine. Sir Alfred James, in my opinion, is the key to this race, because against weaker competition, he runs fast races. 103 Beyer speed figure, 4 starts back at Churchill Downs when just getting to the front, battling it out with a 6-1 shot, and that finished third, and then just kept right on rolling along. He was overmatched in the Grade 2 Phoenix, 3 starts back when they test him, but he ran okay against stakes horses 2 back, and he was able to make a nice easy lead in his most recent start. If you think that Sir Alfred James is a need-the-lead type, well, then he's in trouble in here, because he's going to have to work extremely hard to get the lead from Chateau, and if he does, he'll likely be softened up for the closers. If you think he can sit just a little bit, as he did in his maiden and allowance wins earlier in his career, then he might be in a great spot turning into the stretch. Rough Entry, it's nice to see Rough Entry back in the entries, because this horse returned off a little bit of a layoff last time out at Churchill Downs and was involved in a scary situation in the Bet on Sunshine. Checked on the rail, on the backstretch, ended up in behind horses, then clipped heels and fell. Scary. He's back. It looks like he's doing well. And before that incident, he reeled off 5 wins in a row at Gulfstream Park. This is obviously a class test for Rough Entry. But Rough Entry has a bit of speed as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's even pushing the pace in the early going. War Toxin completes the field. Let's watch War Toxin's last race at Laurel. Good runner-up effort behind a solid horse named Youngest of 5. Couldn't really find the excuse. He did set a pressured pace, but they weren't going very fast. He holds on well to be second. And that's kind of been the story of this horse's career. 7 runner-up efforts from 34 lifetime starts. He probably will benefit from the fast pace, and he can run on late and maybe get a piece of this at a price. It's the acid test for Sir Alfred James as we take a look at my top picks, but I do believe that he can sit just off the early lead. I think he'll be sitting off Chateau, who is fast, but his form is questionable, and I'm hoping Sir Alfred James can take them home from the top of the stretch. It's the Grade 3 Fall Highweight, the feature at Aqueduct on Sunday. Good luck. Hi everybody, Dan Illman here, wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving week and letting you know of DRF's special twist on a traditional Black Friday sale. Head on over to shop.drf.com. We're offering up to 50% off select DRF products, including classic and formulator PPs, picks, clocker reports, DRF Plus, the DRF digital paper, and lots more. Everybody gets 20% off these select products. However, DRF Bets members get an additional 30% off, total discount 50%. Now's the time to stock up on DRF products. If you're not a DRF Bets member yet, what are you waiting for? The time to join is now. Get 50% off select DRF products at shop.drf.com. Use the code BLFRI21.